Welcome once again, my fellow manipulators of digital fate. I'm Richie, this is Capricorn. It is spooky season, Halloween is here. If you're watching this video the day it comes out, it is Halloween. And in honor of Halloween, we're doing something a little different now. It's kind of par of the course for every content creator out there to make a spooky Halloween deck for Halloween, right? But we went in a little bit of a different direction. Yes, this deck is kind of spooky, but we wanted to take Halloween and use it to kill the Easter Bunny. Because what's better than killing a different holiday on Halloween? Because Halloween's the best holiday, obviously. So this entire deck revolves around Regal Bunnicorn and a couple ways that we can abuse the Bunnicorn to just kill our opponent outright by setting the damn thing on fire. Now, before we talk about the deck, I want to give a huge shout out to my patrons over at patreon.com. That's Yuck Foozy, Squirrel, Noah Vincent, and Brittany at the Brew Crew Elite tier. And then, of course, our forever CPU savior, Terrence Rohrbach. Thank you guys so much for your contributions. I also want to point out that spoiler season is in full swing for the Lost Caverns of IXALAN. And I do have a playlist of spoiler shorts going up with my takes on all the cards as they're getting spoiled. So if you're interested in that, I'm going to link it up above and down below. Make sure you check that out. This deck is called Burning Bunnies, and I pretty much said it all already. We are going wide with tokens, we are in Mardu, and we are taking that Easter Bunny, and we are throwing it at our opponent's face, and we're just killing them outright. So make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, help the channel grow. We're almost to 3,000 subscribers, and we could use all the support we can get. So thank you very much for anyone that has already subscribed. If you like this video, if we get to 100 likes, I will make a new version of this deck. So if you want to see that, make sure you like the video. Also, catch me live on Twitch every Monday through Friday. That's twitch.tv/quarantinedcapricorn. Because if I'm live and I'm breathing, I'm there and I'm screaming. Because it's Halloween. Let's check out the deck. Alright, so the core of this deck really revolves around multiple combos that all kind of synergize with each other in interesting ways, and also synergize with the rest of what the deck's trying to do, so that even if you don't get the combo online, the deck is still really, really good alongside most of the rest of the cards in the deck, and I think that's what makes this deck so powerful. So starting, we've got Regal Bunnicorn here. This is a 2-mana star power, star toughness creature. It's going to have power and toughness equal to the number of permanents we have. So most everything in the deck is going wide. It's either a card that's making multiple permanents with just one card, or it's a card that's going to spit out permanents, spit out tokens every single turn to help Bunnicorn just get really big really quick. But then we're also utilizing the Bunnicorn in addition with Ob Nixilis the Adversary. We can take Ob Nixilis here, sack a really big Bunnicorn, and make a huge token copy of Ob Nixilis that has 7 or more loyalty right out of the gate, and then we can immediately ultimate. And if we have enough life, we can just refill our hand and draw 7 cards, and go completely over the top of our opponent with value. Or if our opponent is at 7 or less life, we can just ultimate and target our opponent and just kill them outright with the ultimate. In addition to that, we're making tokens, we're making devils with this, we're able to drain life, make them potentially discard. It fuels a lot of the other synergies of the deck because we are trying to go wide with token creatures, and the other way you can use Ob Nixilis is to do that. So even if you don't sacrifice the Bunnicorn itself, if you sacrifice a different creature and play an Ob Nixilis, you're going to get an Ob Nixilis, you're going to get a copy of the Ob Nixilis, and then you're going to spit out potentially up to 2 red devils. So you're really getting 4 permanents in one card, and increasing the Bunnicorn by +3/+3 or +4/+4, which is kind of nuts. Another way we can utilize the size of the Bunnicorn is with Callous Sell-Sword. Burned together, the adventure portion of it is just 1 red mana. We get to have any of our creatures deal damage equal to its power to any other target, and then we sack it. So in the Bunnicorn's case, if we get this thing up huge to like a 12/12, a lot of times we can just pay 1 red mana, burn together, sack the Bunnicorn, and just throw them at our opponent's face and deal 12 damage outright. Just burning bunnies, getting chucked at our opponent, winning the game that way. Sounds pretty rad, but we can also use the burn together as some removal if we're desperate, if we need to get rid of a Sheoldred or whatever the case may be. I really like burn together, even though technically you can respond to the burn together with creature removal and cause it to fizzle. The upside here is they can't really counter the burn together and still get you to sacrifice the thing. If you play the burn together and they stop it with a counter spell, you get to keep your creature, which is super important. So there's downsides and there's upsides to the way burn together works, but it's super crucial in this deck. It's the way we're trying to win, either by burning together the Bunnicorn and flinging it at our opponent's head, or by eating the Bunnicorn with Ob Nixilis to make a huge Ob Nixilis and winning via the ultimate that way. But all of these cards work super well with the rest of the deck, even if you don't get the combo off. Callous Sell-Sword having a creature side that you can then play afterwards in a deck that is going wide with a ton of creature tokens, and probably having turns where you can lose multiple creatures and have the Sell-Sword come into play as a relatively big creature for only 2 mana, is really, really good gravy on top of the real reason that it's in the deck, which is to burn together. We've also got 3 Blind Mice. Now this is going to spit out a token on Chapter 1. On Chapter 2 and 3 it can make a token of any a copy of any token that we have, and then on Chapter 4 it can buff our whole team and give them vigilance so that we can swing in for an alpha strike. So all of this supports our themes of going wide, making lots of tokens, making lots of creatures, but in addition to just it working with the deck in general overall, there's another combo here where we can take 3 Blind Mice and drop it on a field where we already have an Ob Nixilis and a token of Ob Nixilis. And then on Chapter 2 and 3, we can make a copy of the Ob Nixilis tokens. And we can go from 2 to 3 to 4 Ob Nixilis on the field. And if you have 4 Ob Nixilises on the field, it's really hard for your opponent to catch up. At that point, even if they have a Sunfall or a Farewell, even if they're exiling the rest of your board, it's hard for them to get rid of 4 Planeswalkers. And you can just be spitting out Devils and upticking to drain for 2 a ton every turn. And it gets kind of crazy. Let's start at the bottom of the curve and go over the rest of the deck. We've got 4 Bloodtithe Harvesters, because it spits out 2 permanents, the Harvester itself and the Blood token. So that's going to fuel the Bunnicorn. It's also going to give us more tokens for the rest of our synergies as well, and it also acts as pseudo removal in that you can sack it to kill something early on if you need to. Speaking of removal, we've got 3 Rite of Oblivions. Now, this card is great in a deck like this because we always have token fodder that we don't mind losing, and being able to exile any non-land permanent just by sacking our worst token is super powerful, especially because this flashes back for 4, so you really get 2 removal spells in 1. It's the perfect removal spell for this deck. We are using 3, I'd like to fit 4, but this deck is super tight on space, so I think 3 is the right number to consistently get to at least one of them. So that we can deal with problematic permanents on the opponent's side, like Shieldrids or Atraxas or whatever the case may be. We've also got 1 Invasion of Mercadia. Now, this is a card where if we already weren't so full of high power, high value cards in the deck, we would probably make room for more of these. But even just playing 1, I think, is significant, because if we can get to that Kiran Flamerite and get it to flip, like in a deck like this, that Kiran Flamerite ability can do so much and provide so much value. Give all of our token creatures that we're making all in one turn haste and +1/+0, but also make an additional 2 on top of that are going to get that haste and that +1/+0. Sometimes allows us to just alpha strike and win the game outright, which is pretty gnarly. Moving on to the 3-drop slot, we've got 4 Wedding Announcement to go alongside our 4 3 Blind Mice. Best token creation card in Standard right now. I was going to say in the game, but in Standard. It's going to spit out a token every turn. Sometimes it's going to let us draw a card if we plan our turn correctly. And then it's going to flip and just buff our whole team. And our team's usually going to be pretty wide, so we can get a lot of value off Wedding Festivity as well. But we've also got 1 Lord Skitter. This is another card that, again, if there weren't so many valuable cards we were trying to jam into the same deck, we'd probably make more slots available for. We'd probably add more of these. But since it's legendary, and since we're trying to cut corners and figuring out, ways to make everything fit, just 1 of these I think is fine. If we do get the 1, we're happy to see it. It's going to make us 1/1 Black Rat token creatures every single turn. It's going to give us a little bit of extra value in that it's going to, exile cards from graveyards as we make rats with it. And it's just another thing where we play it on turn 3 and it gives us 2 permanents for 1 card in the same turn. Helps pump up the Regal Bunnicorn in that way. Moving on to the 4-drop slot, this is where things get interesting. We're running 2 Beseech the Mirrors. Now, because we have so much token generation in this deck, it is super easy to play Beseech the Mirror and, you know, have something we don't mind sacrificing to the Beseech to search up whatever 4-drop we need and just jam it onto the field. So we do have a toolbox of abilities here that we can search up with the Beseech the Mirror. So a lot of 1-ofs along with these 2 Beseech the Mirrors, it makes all of the 1-ofs feel like 3-ofs, which is super consistent as far as getting to you know, the key 1-of that we really need to turn a specific game around. So not only can we search out that one Lord Skitter or that one Invasion of Mercadia, you know, that we wish we could have more of in the deck, but we can also search out these really powerful 4-drops. We've got 1 Depopulate. That's just a panic button. If things aren't going our way, if our opponent's just running us over with aggro, we just search out the Depopulate, slam it, wipe the board, and we start over. And a lot of times we're starting over with more value than our opponent because we have things like Wedding Announcement, 3 Blind Mice, Ob Nixilis that are going to stick around and continue to make us extra value on the next turn without having to spend money and not be lost in the sweep. So that's nice. We've also got 1 Mondrak. Since this is a token deck, if we can search out a Mondrak early enough and slam it on the field, we can go way over the top with value. Everything's making double tokens. When we make a token of Ob Nixilis with 3 Blind Mice, we'll actually get 2. Now, Mondrak won't work when you initially play Ob Nixilis and make a second copy of it because it comes into play as that. It's not something that's going to trigger Mondrak. But if we make a copy of that Ob Nixilis token with 3 Blind Mice, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, it will trigger the Mondrak. So we can use Mondrak to get double Ob Nixilis tokens if we've already got the combo with 3 Blind Mice going. And that just gets obscene. We've also got 1 Wandering Emperor. It's just too good to not include. We can search it up if we're desperate. We can use this to make extra token creatures, so it works with the themes of the deck anyway, but it's also another way to use removal, another way to exile creatures. Sometimes we can buff our creatures with counters. It's just going to be great overall. We've also got 1 Invasion of Innistrad. I think this card is super underrated. It's really good in this deck. The fact that we can play it at instant speed, kill whatever we want on their side. We can search it out with the Beseech the Mirror if we need it. But if we know for sure we have a board state that's going to be able to attack in and flip this, then this is the one we choose with Beseech the Mirror. We grab it, we kill their best thing, we swing in, we flip it, we get 2 zombies immediately, and now we have a mana sink that can exile cards and keep giving us more zombie tokens. And if we have Mondrak out, we're doubling those, and we're getting 4 when we flip it, and then 2 every time we activate it, and that just gets completely insane. We can go way over the top with tons of value because of Deluge of the Dead here. So in the right circumstance, fetching an Invasion of Innistrad is super awesome. We've also got 1 Edgar Charmed Groom. Obviously, we're going to slam this. We can fetch it out with the Beseech the Mirror. It's another 4-drop that's high value that we can get with that. But obviously, if this hits the field, we can use this in a lot of ways to fuel our token strategies. We can sacrifice this to burn together, to use it as maybe removal to kill something, and then just flips into Coffin so we don't actually lose any value. It'll start spitting out 1/1 lifelinking vampires every turn and then eventually flip back into Edgar. So a lot of value to be had with Edgar. And then 1 card in the 5-drop slot. This is Invasion of Tolvada. I would really love to add more of these because the backside is insane in a deck like this, but it's just too hard to make room. 5 mana, when it enters, we get to return target non-battle permanent from our graveyard to the battlefield, so this is a way to get back whatever 1-of we searched up with Beseech the Mirror. If our opponent deals with that threat, gets it off the field, we can now bring it back with Tolvada, but we can also just use it to bring back 3 Blind Mice after it hits Chapter 4 so that it can keep making copies of Ob Nixilis, or some of the other cards like Wedding Announcement or Lord Skitter if we need to. But what's really important here is we want to slam it, get whatever value we can off the front side while we can, but slam it in a way that we can swing into it and flip it immediately. Because if we get the broken side, the broken sky side onto the field, now all of our tokens are going to get +1/+0 and lifelink, which is insane by itself, but also at the beginning of our end step, it's going to spit out a 1/1 flying token. every end step, every one of our end steps, which is really a 2/1 flying lifelink token, which is really probably bigger than that if you factor in wedding announcement flipping and maybe 3 blind mice triggering chapter 4 and all these other ways to buff our teams. So the Broken Sky gets absolutely absurd in this deck. So deck's super cool, has a ton of combos, has ways to search up combo pieces with Beseech the Mirror, has a toolbox of 4 drops to search up with Beseech the Mirror depending on if you need a very specific thing in the moment, and just has a really consistent curve that just puts tons of value on the field constantly and really goes over the top. But it's all about Regal Bunnicorn here. We're trying to just throw the Regal Bunnicorn at our opponent's face, set it on fire, either with Burn Together or by making a really huge Ob Nixilis, and I think we can get there. I think the deck is super cool. I think there's tons of potential, and you'll see in the games just all the shenanigans this deck can get up to. We had to be very careful with the mana base, so we've got 2 Sundown Pass, 1 Restless Bivouac because it's just sick in a deck like this, 2 Battlefield Forge, 3 Haunted Ridge, 4 Blackcleave Cliffs, 4 Shattered Sanctum, just 1 Restless Fortress, because it's also decent in this deck, 4 Caves of Koilos, 1 Sokenzan, 1 Takenuma, and 1 Mirrex. We didn't include an Iganjo because we had to be very careful about how many dual lands we had so that we could have all 3 of our colors and still have a fairly consistent chance of Beseech the Mirror coming out on turn 4, which requires 3 black. So we had to be very careful with the mana base, but I think this mana base works super well, and I think Sokenzan and Takenuma are the two legendary lands here that should make the cut, because Sokenzan's going to give us token creatures, which we really want in this deck, and Takenuma is going to be a way for us to get back our important creatures and our Ob Nixilises to keep the combos going if we need to. So that's the deck. The games are super fun. I'm really excited about continuing to explore this sort of brew in the future. If we get to 100 likes, I will make a new deck, a new version, a new variant of this deck, and upload it to YouTube. So make sure and give it a like, and let's check out the games. Today we're working on Burning Bunnies, aka Infinixilis, where we use Callous Sell-Sword to just throw a giant bunnicorn at our opponent's head, or we eat it up with an Ob Nixilis to make a giant Ob Nixilis and just win outright with the ultimate. Either way is really funny. It's really fun. We can also use 3 blind mice to make multiple copies of Ob Nixilis, which is kind of sick. Mythic Standard player? Oh hell yeah. Welcome, Deep Beyond. Alright, we're gonna keep this. Shill? Who's a shill? Show you a shill. I'll show you a shill kill. I don't even know. Listen, coffee's a hell of a drug. That's all I got to say about that. We're gonna start with a Sundown Pass. Scampy, huh? Scampy. We'll go Blackcleave Cliffs into Harvester, force him to have to use some removal to get his Scampy through. That Scampy needs to be a dead Scampy before he buffs it up. There's the Picnic Ruiner. Go ahead, do your thing. It's fine. Alright. See, I could have saved it for the Picnic Ruiner, but my worry is that this turn he plays the buffs on the Picnic Ruiner that give it double strike, and then it's kind of wasteful. At least blocking the Scamp gets the Scamp gone, and he can't do his crazy sack shenanigans tricks with buffs later on down the line. No blocks. We'll take 4. Alright, we'll make another U. Do you. Gotta try to survive here, so we're gonna swing 1. Because we're gonna sack it to the Obby Boy. And if our Ob token survives, to next turn, we will get to make a copy of it.
Go sow some chaos, power by coin or carnage.
If it doesn't survive, it's because he sent every single creature at it. Right? I know you're excited as I am, Natrid. Alright, I don't think he sees it. Which is good for us. I kinda like this. Nah, you know what? We're gonna take it. We are gonna take it. We're gonna use 3 blind mics to make a copy of Ob Nixilis. We're gonna play Invasion of Mercadia. Discard. Let's see. We want to keep the black land, I think. So we'll discard Battlefield Forge. Another 3 blind mice. It's actually pretty sick. We will uptick to gain some life.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Discards a Picnic Ruiner. Ballsy. Uptick to gain some life. Probably doesn't want to discard that card. Nope. Uptick to gain some life.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
No attacks. It's going to be very difficult. Welcome to Dog. Welcome to Dog. You beat 2 people that were top 1500 before the season ended. Yeah, Obnix can be super nasty. Okay, he's definitely got the beef. Right? But he didn't use it on the Picnic Ruiner for some reason. Captain Insano over here. Which means he probably plans on using it on the Scamp. These are all going to get buffed, right? I guess we do this. And then we hope he doesn't have enough for lethal. No buffs. Will he sack? To kill what? That boy. Alright, we'll hit that. That means if we want, we can attack it with our Restless Bivouac, and that's enough to flip it all on its own. Make a copy of you. That's a lot of boys.
You're my enemy.
Let me think. Well, that leaves us with 2 mana. So we'll do this. Schmack. Let's see. We can't use the Flame Right this turn. Do we want to discard something to the blood token? Probably not. We'll just play you out. We'll go -2 here, and then we'll gain 6 life. I think it's just going to be too much for him. All of our Ob Nixilises have a decent amount of loyalty, but one of them's still on 1.
Plead for mercy. Defy me. And
we'll end the turn. We've got 2 blockers. Plays another electrostatic infantry. So we might lose one here, but he's gonna have to swing everything at them. So we're slowing him down to an insane degree because of all the Ob Nixilises. I use 4 copies of Wedding Announcement and 4 copies of 3 Blind Mice in this. That's pretty much my 3 drops. Those, 3 Ob Nixilises, and then just 1 Lord Skitter. It's been pretty wild. Yeah, we just go super wide with tokens. And then we play the Bunnicorn, and we try to burn away with Sell-Sword, the Bunnicorn, to win the game. Or sack it to an Ob Nixilis to make an Ob Nixilis with a huge amount of loyalty. Either or. Alright, so he's gonna kill the dude. Kill the dude. Kill. I guess it doesn't matter, right?
Let's rock!
Hey, thanks for the follow, Natred. Appreciate you greatly. He's coming at me hard. So we'll block here. Because why not? We go to 20. I think that's pretty much it, man. Let's use the blood token. Get rid of the Takenuma. Jeez Louise. This is kind of insane.
Entire plains. One city will be.
Kind of insane. Let me think real quick. 3, 3. So we'll go like this. Then we'll go like this. And like this.
Shake down the load.
And like this.
Go sow some chaos. Pleasure doing business with you.
Come on. And then we'll go like this.
Your punishment
And then we'll go like this.
is my entertainment.
And then we'll go like this.
Or carnage.
Throw away the extra Obnix. And lose our minds. Good game, Ukora. I think Ukora is a little salty. I think this man is salt roping us. I think he's about to get the whistle. He might be about to get the whistle. Welcome, Nord. Hope you're well and good. Yep, he's about to get the whistle. I'm sorry, he deserved the whistle. This man deserves the whistle for salt roping us. That's what happens. That's what happens around here. You salt rope us, you get the whistle. And then the video goes up on YouTube, and everyone points and laughs. You deserve it. You deserve it for not conceding like a normal human being. Making me sit here, smacking myself in the head with an hourglass. So rage, so quit, so salt. I wish I could fill this thing up with salt.
You didn't have any clue what's about to happen to him?
Oh, not a chance in hell.
Good
night.
It's about right.
It's all in the reflexes.
This is kind of a rough, but we'll try it. We're on the play, so at least our 3-drop will feel like a 2-drop. Bummer that we top decked a Harvester, though. We don't even have that many tap lands in this deck. Alright, he's doing the thing. He is in fact doing the thing. Alright, I'm assuming we've got Trample, +3/+0, Double Strike, Gross. Nope, just plays Questing Druid. Well, he probably still has the Monstrous Rage, right? He wouldn't play the Questing Druid unless he had the Monstrous Rage. Yeah. So that's 12. I mean, do we even block the etching there? Probably not, right? Let's see, we either hold up Wandering Emperor or we hold up Invasion of Innistrad. Anything else we do isn't going to stop the Picnic Ruiner. So, pass a turn, make a dude. Interesting. You kind of have to attack with the Picnic Ruiner, buddy. Kind of have to. Let's be honest here.
I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. You're done.
And then, let's see. Do we double block the etching and go to 2 to kill the etching? 5, 6. I think we go to 1. It's dangerous, but it leaves us another blocker and gets rid of a body. So I think it's what we need. Alright, we could Bloodtithe Harvester Ob Nixilis, or we could hold up Invasion of Innistrad. I think Migloz is the big question here. He can get Vigilance and Menace. Which makes things tricky.
I'll be back. Keep watch for intruders.
I don't need respect, just obedience.
I think this is enough.
Go ahead, plead for mercy.
I think this is enough to keep us alive. And if we can stay alive and then Invasion of Innistrad, we're in a much better position, I think. Menace and Vigilance, yep. And then he can pay 2, but it's too late for that. So we do it like that. We'll gain some life.
By coin or card.
We'll gain some more life.
Tribute is owed. Defy me, and you'll lose everything.
We probably want to wait and surprise him with this, right? So we'll pass the turn. We kill the questing druid with Invasion of Innistrad. And we're probably okay. How cheeky do we want to be? If he has Monstrous Rage, he hits 3, 4, 5, and it doesn't matter. So this is probably the best way to do it. No. This is the best way to do it. Because if he does have a buff now, he'll play it on the questing druid, and then we respond with Innistrad. But he didn't. So we'll do it like this. We go to 2. Does mean we take an extra point of damage. But it's a safe way to make sure we don't die to a Monstrous Rage or another buff that gives trample. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3.
How dare you just go sow some chaos?
3, 3, 3. Dude, this is crazy. We do that. We do that because no matter what he blocks, we can kill the Miglaws when we play the Ob Nix and sack one of the devils.
For me now, runt.
We will uptick one of these,
Shake down the locals.
just in case he draws like a lightning strike or something like that.
Pleasure doing business.
Well, he's gonna play the questing druid's adventure, which is nice. Hits another adventure and an audacity. I mean, I assume you play the other adventure and hope to hit a land so that you can play the audacity, right? That's what makes sense to me. He doesn't see it. He doesn't see it. We'll go to 1. Better not top deck a shock, I swear. Play the questing druid that didn't play Seek the Beast, because it's gonna go away. And if you exile cards with Seek the Beast, they're gonna go away. So that's what you have to do. which won't be enough, by the way. Hello. Here go. He has to block, right? Alright, we're gonna get rid of the land. Play the Bunnicorn. So we'll make another token for that. We'll uptick. We'll uptick. We'll end the turn. And that should be it next turn. Plays the Questing Druid out. Has a land. Yeah, that's gonna be it, buddy. Put you to 1.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy by coin or carnage. Pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah, we got you. We got you, Pav. No 2-drops, but we are on the draw. So I think we'll try it. You were lurking. I feel you. Alright, Sanctum in play. We're going to go turn 2 Forge into Bunnicorn, most likely. It's not what I would prefer to play on turn 2, but it's better than not playing anything. Alright, Cliffs is going to be better. Bunnicorn. Which means turn 3 we can play Lord Skitter, most likely. Could also 3 Blind Mice, but I think Lord Skitter will be better. I think Lord Skitter will be better. Get rid of Ren's Resolve, I guess. Listen to the pupper yell at me. Hit for 3. Pass the turn. Alright, if he doesn't deal with our Bunnicorn, he's going to have a very bad day. Alright, we got to land. So many possibilities. We're gonna do this so that our Bunnicorn's as big as possible. Get rid of the Reckless Impulse. We're gonna swing with all the boys. He's probably gonna block Lord Skitter. No, he's gonna block. There we go. That's good. That's what we wanted. Because now, second main, we're going to burn together, sack you and you, kill the Rocco. You get no value when I play that Caves of Koilos. Thank you very much. I think maybe we're just too far ahead now. It was tempting to save that burn together to fling the Regal Bunnicorn, but we're so close to getting there with a big board that I think we just needed to kill the Rocco, you know? Do the thing. Probably just play Edgar here. Alright. We'll get rid of Destroy Evil. Swing 4. Play Edgar. Alright, we've got lethal next turn. Good old Rocco. We gotcha. Alright, we'll keep this. Harvester. Probably kill the Harvester to try to keep his hybrid alive. Although I don't think he really cares about his hybrid being alive because he can just get it back when he proliferates. So maybe he won't care about the Harvester. Oh, he does. I guess exiling it's pretty good. But we are also going to exile, my friend. It does suck that we lose our blood token because once again we're flooding. I don't know what it is, guys. Every game it seems like we've been flooding. Either we start out flooding or we hit the mid game and just draw way more lands than non-lands in a row. One or the other. Guess. I mean, he's probably just got removal, right? Let's just do this. If he's got counter spells, they don't work against him. If he's got removal, it forces him to use up his removal against less than stellar creatures. And then we can play our good stuff. Yeah, that's fine. Swing again. Try and play this first. So if he's got a counter spell, I'll probably use it on this. Augury. We don't want to play Burn together, have him counter it, and then have the Sell-Sword go away because of it. That would be bad. Alright, we'll ping him for 1. The real reason we're doing this, though, is so we can play the Sell-Sword and have it come in as a 3-3. And not a 2-2. But the extra 1 point of damage is not nothing. Sure. Now we just have to race him. Which is not going to be the easiest. One, two, three. Don't know if we use Takenuma or not. Chances of it hitting a creature are kind of slim in this deck. I wouldn't say slim, but creatures aren't as prevalent in this deck as in other decks. So there's a lot of non-creatures that spit out tokens. We'll end the turn. I was contemplating possibly flinging the Callous Sell-Sword for another 3, playing Takenuma, and then playing the second Callous Sell-Sword. We might not have time to get there. Another Callous Sell-Sword. Can you imagine? Do you have a counter spell, sir? Yes, yes you do. That's kind of rough. So we'll do this again. But I'm pretty sure he just beats us next turn, right? We don't have enough turns left to get there. Death Touch Toxic 1. And Vraska. Proliferate. Okay, we go up to 9. So Vraska has to die. We need to have a blocker left over.
Your day will come, fleshlings.
I mean, we definitely have to kind of get lucky here. But we're going to try. Puts him at 9. If we get super lucky and he doesn't draw a Proliferate card, we might be able to kill him next turn. Probably not, but maybe. What is that last card? Alright, we hit for 4. What you got, friend? Oh, that hurts. That probably does it. At the very most, he top decks 1 card that doesn't quite get there, right? The chances he'll do it again are pretty slim. If he top decks nothing this turn, we win, but he will most likely top deck a Proliferate card because it's been a couple turns of him whiffing on those. We got him. He drew a land. As did we. That's 11 damage. Wow. Wow. What a game. What a game. 2 Rite of Oblivions. Oh god. Definitely worth a keep though. We can go Bloodtithe Harvester on 2. And then we can either Rite of Oblivion a threat with the blood token, or play the Bunnicorn, or if we top deck a land, we could theoretically even Ob Nixilis on 3. A Simic land, huh? Rot Priest. Oh god. Shoot me now. I mean, we'll just try to race him, I think. I'm okay with just trying to race him here. I think this will work. We need a land, though. Alright, we are going to sack the Harvester. And we are just going to race him. We're not even going to make the little dude.
All that matters is
We're going to uptick, force him to go to 5, or discard. Oh, is he salty? Is he salt roping us? I think he might be salt roping us.
carnage. Tribute.
Uptick. Is he on a 5? He's playing Tamiyo's Safekeeping. To give us 2 poison counters and gain himself some life, I guess.
Go ahead. Plead for mercy.
That's fine. He's still in a very rough spot. We could depopulate if we hit a black mana. Find it with Beseech the Mirror. It would probably be game over at that point. I'm assuming Ivy is going to fly at one of the Obs.
My revenge will be cruel and painful.
Cruel and painful.
Defy me,
See how greedy it
and
is.
you
He is.
lose everything.
Do you guys think he's going to be greedy? Because we're going to kill him with the Sell-Sword if he is. Show me the greed. Show me the greed. Show me the greed. Nope. Not risking it. Couple different options here. Kind of like just doing this. And then this should come in as a 3/3. He has to swing both at the Ob Nixilis, or it's going to force him to discard next turn because he's at 2. Which means we can trade with the Rot Priest if we want, or we could just keep the Sell-Sword to swing. Either way. I mean, swinging's probably even better, right? I mean, he could just keep the card in his hand to toss out. I'm actually really surprised he played the land, because he could have discarded that to Ob Nixilis and not taken damage. That is, like, literally the worst thing you could have done. You're out of your mind. Okay, I guess the royal treatment is going to make sure he kills the Ob. But now you have nothing to block the Sell-Sword. I think he was counting on me blocking with the Sell-Sword. Well, we got you. This looks like a great hand. We'll keep it. Perfect. We'll discard one of these Blackcleave Cliffs, I think. To the Invasion of Mercadia. Alright, draw some cards. Looking good. Shattered Sanctum. Maybe 3 Blind Mice? We can double Regal Bunnicorn the next turn. Or Invasion of Innistrad. Hopefully he doesn't kill the mouse, though. Or Chapter 2 won't trigger, which will be very sad. We'll take 7 and go to 13 if we have to. Oh, he's not even going to attack with the Skitter. He wants to make sure we can't flip Mercadia, I guess. So he definitely doesn't have a way to kill the mouse. Take 4. Plays a Graveyard Trespasser, has nothing to hit. Not too shabby. Alright. We got 2 6/6s. He's probably got removal for at least one of them. The invasions are really good with Bunnicorn. Lets you get instant sorcery style spells while contributing to the Bunnicorn's size, which is nice. Mango Hydra. Show me what this is going to do with your whopping 1 forest. Destroy the 3 blind mice, maybe? Nope. Gotta make a dude. That's a lot of value. 3, 6. Probably tries to double block. We're gonna do some real shenanigans here. Does he chump? Does he try to double block? He does. Oh, damn. He's about to be very unhappy. Very, very unhappy. Why, hello. I must give you the shrug. All of them. All of them. Wow. Okay. So we'll take out all 3 of his. Our Bunnicorn will die. Almost lethal, man. Almost. If the Bunnicorn didn't die, we would have had lethal. It's tempting, too. It's really tempting. Because, like, he might just have removal for the Bunnicorn. So it might be just now or never. He won't be able to blitz the underdog if we do it. I think we're gonna do it. Goes to 1. Can't use his pain land. Can't blitz the underdog. I think it's worth it. The other things can't block, though. See how much removal he has. Or maybe he has life gain. He needed to do that before blocking. We just sacked the one that he blocked. Alright. Thanks so much for checking out my channel. I'd like to give a huge shout out to all of my patrons over at Patreon. Without you guys, this channel would not be possible, so honestly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your contributions. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. The more likes we get and the quicker we get them, the bigger this channel will grow and the faster it will grow. I'd love nothing more than this channel to become something very special for you guys, but it's entirely up to you how fast that happens. Also, if you'd like more deck text, that's somewhere over there. And if you'd like to see what else the channel's been up to lately, that's somewhere up that way. Also, subscribe, circle below, do all the things.